Cancer, welcome Cancer to your March monthly horoscope reading. It's a beautiful day here, sun shining, it feels like spring out. The readings have had a very spring feel, new beginnings, fresh new starts, shifts, changes, growth. So assuming some good stuff for you as well, Cancers. So let's get to it. You might hear Jupiter, my kitty in the background, adding commentary to or coming into the video with commentary. He always seems to want to make an appearance. So it must be special, something special about you Cancers, because Jupiter is good luck. Okay. Cancer, March. We'll start with some oracle cards here. Reflecting pool, stillness. Joy, hummingbird. And freedom, eagle spirit. Two birds. I'm definitely getting that something's taking off for you in March, Cancer. There's like this sense of like taking off and feeling this new sense of like expansiveness and freedom and like ease and flow coming in. I feel like the beginning of March with this, I think this kind of is the stillness here. I think you've kind of been in this place of like, kind of tied with winter. I feel like the winter for you has been kind of a time of like quiet stillness. There hasn't been much going on or much movement happening. I feel like you've been trying to find some like find some groundedness. And taking some time to just like reflect and go inwards and find some more stillness. I'm getting that things have been a bit chaotic for you for some time. And in this card you see she's looking in the waters and she sees the swan. In the reflection is a swan. So there's this sense of like kind of growing into a beautiful swan, and it's like that's kind of the metaphor of what's happening for you. Also, for some of you, you may have also felt just like physically, like with your just not feeling great about yourself, maybe haven't been as active, but there's a new sense of like beauty and light that are expanding out of you here. And like all of a sudden then as March goes through March into the spring, there's a new sense of joy that kind of sprouts for you. And this again, the eagle spirit here with the freedom. So really love that energy. It feels really good. I really like, I'm feeling this like just like, oh, finally, like something's taking off. And it could just be how you're feeling, but if you've been waiting for something to happen or like things to shift, you're gonna feel it. And you got the 3-3 and the 2-2 card, so that's a synchronicity there. Let's pull some tarot cards and look. The first thing that pulls up is the Death card, the Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. Jupiter, we gotta go up here, buddy. There you go. Okay. And it's just ironic that, so I have 3 cats and we have a little cat problem and 2 of the cats have to be separated right now, but it just works out. It's just ironic that like every time I'm filming a video, Jupiter's with me and he just can't help himself and stay off the reading. All right, so here we go. So this, again, the cards I just pulled are what's kind of bubbling under the surface. You could say what's unfolding. What is it that you don't see happening here? So you're definitely going through a major transformation here. And we talked about the swan and like the reflection of the swan, but like, I don't feel like you're seeing it in yourself yet because there's this huge growth and transformation happening. It's almost like you're freeing yourself from the old identity, the old stories, the old patterns here. And part of it too with this Knight of Wands, if you've been dealing with people that are not very, you can't count on them, they're a little impulsive, even they're emotionally, they're a bit up and down. You could say they're not really mature or responsible, and you just can't count on them. Again, there's some, I feel like there's this, again, karmic pattern with this, with people in your life. And the Page of Pentacles. So there's a big ending to this, and like there's a lesson or a karmic kind of, again, karmic cycle you've had to go through to like learn this lesson or clear that karmic tie to like start manifesting something new or start seeing changes in your reality, in your relationships, in your dynamics. And it's like the 8 of Cups here. So you're walking away. You could be potentially walking away from a relationship that hasn't been, again, someone that just isn't as committed to as you are to this relationship, or again, they just aren't very mature. I feel this sense of like reactivity or impulsiveness to them. Quick to maybe anger, maybe they have a temper. And this could be like stemming back to your childhood with kind of one of your parents' personalities here. And there's this unconscious emotions around this. I feel like there's deep emotions to this situation or person, and you're kind of trying to work through them. There's also, I feel like there's a lot of fear in regards to this transformation or change. But all of a sudden, like the truth comes in, like the sword comes in and cuts through like what's not working. And I feel like there's a truth that comes out, or there's a clarity about this that all of a sudden, like right now, I feel like the moon, you're still a little unsure, uncertain. You're not clear about the path or like what's gonna happen here, but like with this ace, like the truth is about to come out, or you're gonna get some clarity, which I feel like you haven't had clarity in a long time, and it's been really frustrating for you. But this is about to, again, come out in March and shift and change. But I feel like, you know, if you're fearing anything, like if you're fearing like an end to something, or you having to like really make a big change, I'm just letting you know with the joy and freedom, like it's gonna be very like almost like a sigh of relief, like a big burden was taken off your back, and you're gonna feel, it's gonna bring a lot of joy and freedom into your life that I think you've kind of felt chained down to something. All right, let's tap into more in the What's conscious, or what are you more physically experiencing? 10 of Wands. Yep, just what I said. It's been a burden for a long time for you. It's like there's been a big message with all the signs in March about like, God, you've been carrying a lot of stuff for a long time. That could be just like carrying everybody else's burdens, or just carrying the weight in life, like physically, like you take care of, you know, all the day-to-day stuff, and you take care of everybody else, but who takes care of, who's thinking about you? This also could be just like emotional burdens that you've been carrying for a long time, like beliefs, ideas about yourself. I really feel like these are beliefs and ideas you have about yourself that aren't true. Like, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm ugly, no one's ever gonna, you know, be attracted to me. So you got the Four of Swords and then the Knight of Swords. So I feel like you're healing there. You're kind of wrapping up a cycle. Again, this is a big theme in March for everybody, but wrapping up a cycle, a karmic cycle, a big one, and healing some deep-rooted anger or even rage. And that this could also be you, this Knight of Wands, because you see in the background the volcano. You know, this also can be rage, kind of, again, the volcano about to erupt here. And there needs to be a big, like, almost like internal death, like an ego death, or death to this, the old pain or betrayals, trauma. But you're healing this anger and rage I'm getting. So for you, I think you've been withholding, you may not be fully aware of it. So some of you, this rage or anger is so deep that you're like, oh, I'm not an angry person, but it's there. It's there. And I feel like it's about, something's going to trigger it, and it's going to come up, and you're going to be like, whoa, where did that come from? Some of you are very conscious and know that you're carrying rage and anger, but you're working on healing this and integrating that. If any of you have heard of internal family systems, it's a method of therapy, but it works with our parts. And we have these parts of ourselves that are called protectors. And the protectors are really there to advocate for ourselves, to fight for us when we didn't have somebody when we were little who did that for us. So we create this like personality. I don't want to say multiple personalities, but we all do. We all have many parts, or you could say personalities, aspects that are created because of our situations when we were children. And I feel like this protector has been there a long time because, again, maybe you didn't feel like you had the, okay, come on, Jupiter. You didn't have the voice, so this protector was created to be your voice. But either way, there's definitely something here about healing this in the month of March. I'm just seeing here, maybe I'll just get one more for this. I just want to get one clarifier for the Knight of Swords. Justice, yep. I feel like you feel a sense of injustice about things in your past, or it could be, I'm feeling back to childhood, but I feel like it's, you know, they've manifested and reoccurred in different patterns or relationships in your life. But like there was an injustice done against you, which has again caused anger or rage. And it's time for this to like, for you to get your justice, or you to finally, it's your day to get your kind of retribution, if you want to say it, or feel like the scales are finally, like you're getting what you want. So you can kind of release this anger. And I'm almost feeling like a balloon or a tire or something, and you're letting the air out and it's just starting to deflate, and it's just, oh, it feels so good, like this pressure, this energy. It's like you kind of, again, the freedom from this, you're freeing yourself from this. Good stuff, Cancer. Let's continue in the extended. In the extended, we can maybe dive more into what this healing looks like. Where are we headed? As far as signs, we have Scorpio, in Pisces, and Libra. So we'll look at those three. If you're connected to any of those, we'll pull a card to get more information about those connections. And maybe we can take a look at the Ace of Swords. What's the truth that's coming out? Or clarity. All right, come on over with me to the extended. The link is below in the description. Have a good March, Cancer.